Lauren.
Hey, Kayla. How's it going?
What's up?
What's up?
Welcome back. Episode
So,
2. What are we
thanks
talking
for
about
joining
today?
us. Today, we're talking about community.
Okay, community. What about community?
Community. So, oh, Bible. I have my it's in front of me. Uh, so, story of when you've experienced really healthy community in your life. Go.
When have I experienced really healthy community? No, I'm just kidding. So you know what? I will say this. I think it's interesting because when you think of community, you think of like, this is the place I live. These are the people that are stationary around me, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it's a little bit different where I would say the most healthy community that I've had would be like my friends who live literally 2,500 miles away from me, who pray for me, who stand with me, who believe with me. And when it was like one of the hardest moments of my life to have faith, I really was struggling. I was like, I don't know how to believe for my nephew's healing. I don't know how to believe for that right now, which is crazy because like I have all the faith in the world. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
That community ended up flying here for like a conference, and they were like very God ordained. I don't think I could have made it through that situation or through that season without having this beautiful, strong set community of women ages like 28 to 80,
Yeah.
and they don't even live near me. You know what I mean? Like, I would think that's the most healthy because we're not in competition with each other. We love each other and we're constantly there for each other. And even when things are like really hard and like, oh, you got issues, we're like, hey, I'm not saying you have issues. I'm saying actually, you, you are so much more than this. And I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. And I'm going to keep building you up in what's true and what's right and what's holy because that's
Yeah.
the right thing. And I want to keep doing the right thing. And they keep doing the right thing. And it's not this weird, like, envious, I'm better than you thing. It's like really encouraging and really uplifting and really humbling. And there's no pride. It's just like, no, 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 you go. No, no, no. I'm here to serve you. You're not here to serve me.
Yeah.
That's healthy community for me. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually would say something similar is, I have a handful of friends that um I can send a text to and saying, "Hey, this is what's going on, please pray." Um some of them literally will send a voice memo with a prayer. You do that very often, immediately,
I do.
instead of just being like, "Okay, I'm praying." You actually send it. Um and no shame or anything to anybody who doesn't do that, but I just
Everyone's different.
know that the friends that I text, that they are praying. They're not just saying, "Okay, I'm gonna pray." And then the times when they check back in, "Hey, checking back in, how did it go? Do you have status?"
Yeah.
Like you're saying, it doesn't have to be in person, although in person I think is best when it's available, because
Yep.
when you can sit across the table from somebody, eye to eye, give each other a hug, bring them a coffee. Like, being
Yeah.
present is so much more, but it doesn't have to be that. I mean, we have like Uber Eats. You can literally have them deliver anything to anybody. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
although it is better, I think it doesn't have to be in person. So yeah, that would be the same for me. Is just the times that I've reached out to friends and they've been accountable and they've, prayed with me and held me remotely, you know, and
No, yeah.
stayed in touch and not just like, oh yeah, I'll pray, and then a week goes by and you never hear from them. And it's
Or a
like,
month
oh,
goes
I'm glad.
by, or a year goes by.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I
Who are
didn't die
you?
because you might not have known. You know what I mean? That's extreme. I'm just saying.
But so real. It's so real.
It's so real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just people
That's
that
so
check
funny.
back in is a big deal. What about
Oh, that's good.
when you have seen community go bad? Like you desperately needed community and but you felt like nobody was there. Maybe people were there, but it felt very distant.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would say, I mean, here's the thing. I am a very like I grew up in the church. I'm a very church girly. Like I love a good let's go Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Bible study, the whole shebang. I am here for it. But here's what's happened. COVID happened and I had moved to a completely different state and I tried to go to so many churches. I've tried several times. Okay. I think I went to like at least 27 churches. I'm
20,
pretty sure I
that's a
could
random
name,
number. Not 25, 20.
I feel like it's 27.
Continue.
That was, I could be wrong as well. That was just a number that popped in
25.7.
my 26.4. Okay. Churches. I've been to so many churches and it was weird because like, I mean, I don't always like look like this, but I do, you know, I'm very colorful. And I'll walk into these churches and I'm very friendly because like I serve. I grew up in the church. I served in the church. And what you do is you look someone in their eye and you say, "Hi, you look new. My name is Kayla. What's your name? Thank you so much for being here today. That's amazing. I hope you really enjoyed your time.
Yeah.
Like and I really hope I get to see you next week."
Yeah.
Be genuine. And I've been into these churches and I'm not like harping, like I'm not naming any churches, but I've been to so many churches and I've sat there and I'm like, hi, because I'm so hungry for community.
Yeah.
I'm hungry for godly friendships. I want godly friendships. They're life giving.
Yeah.
And all of these churches in this area literally were like, why is this girl talking to us? I went to a church for 6 months. 6 months. And not one person ever said hello to me. It wasn't even a big church.
Yeah.
They're just like,
And
okay,
unfortunately,
but
that's so common.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. No, I had similar experiences as well. I've had sometimes I get greeted, but you can tell like it's their job. They're just like,
Yeah,
"Hi, how are you? Welcome." That's it, you know?
yeah,
Um, and it's like,
it's really sad.
yeah, that still counts, but like there needs to be more than that. There needs to be like, "Hey, you look new. Have you heard about our small groups here? Let me take you over to so and so." There needs to be
Some
some
kind of connect.
connection. You
Yeah,
can't just
no,
say, "Hi, welcome," and leave them flat.
yeah,
You have no idea what they're going through in their life, and that's not really doing much good, quite honestly. I also had a situation. Sorry, I have like a hair on my face. Excuse me. It's like bothering me, like a little fuzz or something. Like trying to talk, I could feel it. Um. Anyway, I've had other experiences where I've tried really hard. I've gotten plugged in, been to small groups. I've really reached out, supported the people in the small group. I've, gone to functions. I've for them so that they know like, "Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for community. I'm here to support you."
yeah,
And little to nothing in return for a long time. We're not talking,
yeah.
you know, and
I
it's like,
know.
man, then you kind of can start spiraling, especially if you've gone through difficult experiences before, or
Yeah,
you faced a lot of rejection. Then you're like, oh, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just not likable. Maybe I talk too much, which I do talk a lot sometimes. But I think also that is because I'm single and I live alone and I typically work jobs where I'm in an office alone and I talk to nobody all freaking day. And so when I get somewhere where there's people, I'm like, I'm desperate to talk because I don't get to
yeah,
talk to anybody. And so
yeah,
sometimes I can't. But um I still try to be a friend and I still try to, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? What's going on this week? I try to ask questions.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, I try to support, show up at functions, and
Yeah.
they're friends in those situations in that time frame, and then you go home and you don't hear from them ever. And you can even voice like hard things that are going on. Oh yeah, we'll pray for you. But there's no check-in like
No.
2 days later, hey, just thinking about you, still praying for you. How's that going? Is there anything new I can pray for? Like nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
and then you're like, do I not even cross your mind? Because I think about you often, you know? And so anyway, um, that can get really disheartening and it can get really hard to stay confident.
Yeah.
You experience that over and over again because then you really start questioning and thinking, well, maybe it is me. Maybe I'm just unlovable. Maybe I'm unlikable. Maybe,
Yeah.
you know, and then you can either go one of two ways. You can withdraw or you can start being a person you're not instead of
Yeah.
remaining confident in who you are.
Yeah. That's that is true. I think I think that's where like for me, I'm the type where I'm like very persistent, where I'm like, I'm gonna keep going and hitting brick wall after brick wall after brick wall after brick wall after brick wall
Yes.
after brick wall after brick wall. No, I'm just kidding. Until I'm able to get the thing that I am trying to get, right? Which in
Yeah.
this case would have been community. And I remember having a moment where I was praying, and there was a season where you came into my life, and a few other people had come into my life during that time. And it was so healing and it was so good for that season. And I really do like cherish that and value that time because, I was really having difficulties going through or dealing with grief
Hmm.
and loss and rejection and this like hope deferred, this hopelessness,
Yeah.
And it was such a blessing. It was so good and beneficial to have you guys in my life or you ladies in my life at that time and season. And it wasn't that I went looking for you. I feel like God just kind of brought people around me in that season. And I think there's just this part I don't want to miss this. I hope I'm saying this clearly. There are seasons where God just has you.
Yeah.
And that phenomenal. Do not
Yeah.
waste a second of that season or that time. It is the most beneficial time, truly. But then, like going a little bit backwards, it's like there there is also a time where you're alone and God will surround you with people. Will you receive that? Will
Yeah.
you accept that in your hurting? In because we have a choice. Like, am I gonna be really prideful in this moment and be like, no, I can do it. I don't need you. I I want help. I don't need your help.
Yeah.
It's that trauma trigger, that trauma
Yeah.
response, right? Like
Totally.
it's rough out here. But also, having that space and having that time of like, oh boo-hoo me. God, there's no one around me. I need community. I need this. Wah wah wah. When
Yeah.
God had placed people around you, faithful were you
Hmm.
faithful with what was placed in your life?
Yeah.
Did you steward it well? And maybe it's not in your life anymore because you didn't steward it well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. So I think there's a lot of different variations of this, and everyone is so different because you have personalities, you have locations, you have regions, every place is a
Family
different
life. Yeah. Stages,
flavor.
life, age. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And it's sad, but
Yeah.
also the word of God does talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I was in preparation for today. I was reading I really wanted to like dive into what did community look like in the Bible? Because yes, the world looks different, but the Bible's still the same and it's still truth. And God created us for community. I mean, even in
Yeah.
Genesis, it's not good for man to be alone. And so to think that we could go through life alone and be okay is not biblical. It's just not. Um,
Yeah.
and so Acts 2:42 says, this is after Pentecost, after the Holy Spirit came. And it says in Acts 2:42, they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to the fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to prayer. And it really kind of hit me because I feel like we get one or two of those things right, typically. We're going to church and we're calling it fellowship when actually that's the teaching part. And then we're praying. Oh, we have a prayer chat, you know, hey, you let me know what's going on. We will pray for you. We've got a group of 20 women, 20 men, whatever. We've got your back. But what about the other two, the fellowship and the breaking of bread together? Why
Well,
why would they have mentioned those four things?
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, so I was just to like interject, I feel like if I'm having a really hard time, and yes, there are moments where I'm like, thank you so much that this prayer chain is praying for me, but also someone pray for me. Right? I
Yeah.
don't know those 20 people in your prayer chain or in your prayer group who who is actively being like, "Hey, Lauren, I'm going to pray for you right now. I'm so sorry that you are dealing with this and you're
Yeah.
experiencing this alone." When, like you said, one, where two or more are gathered, he's there. And so I pray, Holy Spirit, come and be present right now because we need your help. Please help us. Please come and comfort us because it says you're a comforter. Please guide us. It says your word is truth. It's light and it lights up our path. It lights up a way,
Yeah.
right? Of like, where do I go from here? Well, let him tell you and let me encourage you and really like edify you and lift you up in what's true.
Yeah.
And we miss this personal connect
Yeah.
because we have a program or we have a system or we have a ministry or we have
Mm.
these things in place. And that's all fine and dandy. But
Mhm.
also, I'm skin and bones. We need, right? There's something actually really powerful in the laying of hands and
Yeah.
praying for one another and having this contact, this
Mhm.
human contact with one another.
It's
That's
so
why we're breaking bread.
well, and
Like,
that's why you can have community long distance, but it's not gonna be the best form of community because
yeah,
we need to be in person. We need to be
no,
able to hug each other, touch each other, and lay hands on
yeah,
each other and look into each other's faces. I like voice memos because I love to be able to hear my friend's tone. You can tell, but I want to see their face too
yeah,
because you can be deceived by someone's tone sometimes. But if you and I FaceTime and one of us is really looking rough, like, and I'm not just saying you're tired, like you can tell by the look on your face or by the look on my face, hey, what's going on? You
yeah,
don't look right. You know what I mean? You can't
yeah,
hide away when you're in person. There's no hiding. And if someone's not showing up to church for a couple weeks,
yeah.
actually,
Where are they?
if they're consistently going to church and they miss a Sunday and you don't know why and you don't reach out, they feel forgotten. They feel like, "Oh, wow, well, maybe nobody misses me," you know?
Well,
And so it's
not
like,
not even just forgotten, like, you feel worthless.
yeah,
Like, what's your
worthless.
worth?
Yes,
Nobody
totally.
cares. If nobody cares, I don't care, then nobody cares about me.
Yep.
I'm not loved. I mean, it
Or
really is a spiraling effect.
yeah. Or even
Ugh,
if you know, oh, they're out of town because 'cause they're going to a wedding, whatever. Even if you know why they're out of town, it means so much
yeah,
when someone texts you or calls you and
messages
said,
you.
"Hey, sure didn't miss you today. I hope you had a good time at the wedding.
Yeah.
That means so much to me when someone acknowledges and actually communicates that they missed seeing me.
Yeah.
No? Um, so yeah, all of that, like, so important to be in person. Um, just like it says fellowship and, to the breaking of bread. Um, sometimes people go out to eat after church. That's all great and dandy, but they didn't do that in the Bible. They didn't have a cafe that everyone went to after synagogue or temple or whatever they called it at that time, Like, there was no Chick-fil-A, okay? There was no Mexican restaurant. They ate in each other's homes. They shared food. They broke bread together. Like, why can't we put food on in a crock pot and invite people over? Like, that's not done anymore. And it's so sad because it's like not everyone can afford to eat out. And so either
Yeah.
one, they go and they get something they really don't want because they're trying to get the cheapest thing on the menu, or they go and someone offers to pay and then they sometimes
Bad.
feel bad because
Yeah.
they're paying for their food, or three, they don't go and they make up an excuse and you don't think they want to go, but really they would love to go, but they can't afford it. And so you're making people's financial security shape their community.
Yeah.
And community shouldn't be
Yeah,
built
it's true.
on money at all, you know? So
No.
it's a problem in the world today, I feel like, in a lot of areas. I think that we're getting one or two things right, but we're missing the other two. And it's like, if they
Yeah.
wrote all of four of these things in here, teaching, fellowship, breaking of bread, and prayer, then they were all four important. Otherwise, they wouldn't have said it and they wouldn't have written it down.
Yeah.
So how do we how do we do that in today's society?
Well, okay. Hold on. So, because you stopped, we're in Acts 2:42,
Yeah.
and then I kept reading. So I'm
Oh
going to
yeah.
keep reading really
Yeah,
quick.
go for it.
So it says, "And awe came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were being done through the apostles, and all who believed were together and had all things in common. And they were selling their possessions and belongings and distributing the proceeds to all as any had need. And day by day, attending the temple together and breaking bread in their homes,
Mhm.
they received their food with glad and generous hearts, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to their number day by day those who were being saved."
Yeah.
And I will say this, if I'm in a place or a season in my life where I am alone, and when I am alone, I'm the type of personality, because I'm very introverted, I want to like just close in and
Yeah.
not, I don't let you know this. I don't let anyone in. I will not tell you if I'm not okay, because like, leave me alone. I just want to wallow alone in my own self-pity.
Yeah.
That is my flesh. I'm like,
Yeah. Totally.
you have no idea I'm not okay. But you also haven't seen me in 7, 12, 14. You know, what is it? What's like the longest you haven't seen me? Like, maybe, well, we work together, so that doesn't count. But like,
Yeah. I mean, I haven't
but
seen
people
you
haven't seen
in
me.
a long time, but I've seen you over FaceTime.
Well, when we don't hear from each other, we're like, wait,
I mean, I don't think
hey,
we
are
let
you
more than
good?
2 or 3 days go before
Never.
one of us
Yeah.
out. "Hey, haven't heard from
Yeah.
you. How you doing? What's going
Yeah. Are
on?"
you good? What's happening?
Yeah.
And that's community. But sometimes you don't have that. And then you don't receive that. And you're in this like really like hot spot, right? But I think that's what's so beautiful about the salvation of God, because there really is an awe and wonder to that. And I know you and I have had like thousands of conversations regarding this topic, because
Yeah.
I like how it later says that they sold all their possessions, and they literally were like, what's mine is yours.
Yeah.
And we're helping each other live, not like a creepy culty commune or anything like that, but no, because it's this isn't mine anyway, this is God's.
Yep.
And if I'm seeing you struggle and I have the means to help you, let me help you.
Yep.
Selflessly, without wanting anything in return. Let me just help you because that is the heart of God.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's not your job to be like, you deserve this or you don't deserve this.
Yeah.
It's actually, you're my brother. Let's break bread together.
Yeah.
It's not a tit for tat. You don't owe me because I fed you and you should be.
Right.
Let's just eat together. I love eating. You know me. I'm
Yeah.
like, Lauren, what do you mean you're not eating with me? We're eating today. We're sharing a meal and breaking
You
bread.
love eating, just sometimes you forget to
Love eating. I do forget to eat.
eat. Yeah.
And that's why we need community so that
Yes.
people can tell. No, I'm just kidding.
Seriously. Seriously.
But yeah, I would just say like there's so much more to that where there's this selfless part, right? This humility that has to come in. And humility often can turn into humiliation if you don't easily surrender that thing. And regardless, I mean, like you just need to stay humble, sit down, be humble. No, I'm just kidding. That's a bad song, bad reference, but also true. Sit down, be humble, like give it to God, let it go. That song will never get old because it is a forever thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's so true. I was reading a commentary on this passage this week, and there's just a quote that said, "Corporate worship in the temple was matched by intimate fellowship at homes."
Mm,
And
yeah.
I don't even really like the fact that small group is not homes. It's typically different rooms in a church. What I've experienced, I guess I should say. And there's just something about being invited into someone's home. I don't I don't even know what it is, but that's what we're called to do.
Well, you just said it. It's the word intimate.
Yeah, that's true.
It's intimate. You're letting somebody into your life when you let them through your door.
Yeah. Which, of course, in today's world, we do have to be careful with people, especially if you have, young kids and things like that. But we don't need to be so careful to the point where we're not fulfilling our calling and we're not actually being community people because we're so afraid of anything to happen, Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's a big topic for me. It's something I'm passionate about. I've seen it go well and I've seen it go really badly. And I've talked to a lot of people, single, married, any place of life, who feel so alone. And it just makes me so sad because I've been there. I've had really lonely seasons. And then I've had
Yeah.
seasons like we were talking about where I've had one or two people that made all the difference. And I could look back and be like, I don't know how I would have survived that without them, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, just trying to figure out like what are some steps that we could take to actually start changing things. I think busyness is a big thing. And I
Mhm.
know we're both single, we're not married. Um, so sometimes I feel like people don't think we can speak to this topic because they're, oh, you're single, so you're not busy. It's like, well, actually, I am very busy.
Very
And
busy.
we are very busy. We don't have kids running around and a husband, but we are very busy. And we're very busy trying to provide for our own needs because we have one income, so there's that. So I think we will prioritize what's important to us. And I think that we have, as a whole, married, single, we have filled our lives up with a lot of things that really don't have kingdom impact compared to others, you know? And
Okay, well, let's break that down. What is kingdom impact? What does that mean?
something that advances the kingdom, something that shapes and grows us and others, something that will leave a lasting impact on another person. You know, we can busy ourselves with, you know, all these errands, all these things for our kids, all these things for our animals, whatever you have in your life, you know. And it's like my kids in five different activities. We go to church, we do this, we do that, we're busy every evening, we don't have time to breathe. And it's like, okay, so what are we what are we doing here? Because we're so busy we can't even think. We're so busy we can't even remember to text our best friend and check in on them. That's a problem. So whatever it is in your life, get with God and be like, God, what is something that I need to lay down? Because I don't think he wants us to be that busy. You know, even talking to you and I, like I don't think it's God's desire for us to be so busy that we can't take care of our friends and our neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not too busy to not text you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I am very busy, and I think too there's this, like, running joke where everyone's like, "You have so many friends," and it's not that I have so many friends, I just encountered so many people that, like, really is so desperate for, like, love, you know, and if I can love them I actually just said this a couple days ago, if I can, I will. If
Yeah.
I can't, I can't. But
Yeah.
if I can, and I think that's the part, sometimes we're in this, like, really weird thing right now, this very strange time where everyone is like, self-care, you need to make sure like, it's just very you, and when that happens and it is important to take care of yourself, I'm not saying
Sure.
it's not important to
Boundaries are
take care of
good.
yourself,
Your
but
health.
don't do it so much that you miss out on taking care of somebody else, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying burn out in that, because you're human and you can only do so much, right? Like, I cannot be everything to everyone. That's unrealistic.
Yeah.
I tried, it didn't work. 10 out of 10, boo.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Also, I wasn't that's not the point. I'm not supposed to be everything for you. That's why we need each other.
Yeah.
And that's why it always says, like, it takes a village to raise a child. It's the same concept in community. Like, we need each other to grow, to help, to serve, to live, to do these things. Like, I don't have a green thumb, but I have a friend who is a whole green thumb and can plant all the things and they just thrive.
Yeah.
What a skill. Musician, can't grow up. These are fake plants. Fake, 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 all fake. Can't.
This one's
My
alive,
thumb?
but I cut off 2 dead stems before I started this episode, so
But
I don't have
you
a green
know how
thumb.
to.
It's like half green and half brown. I
We
could
need
work
each
with keep
other.
them alive, but they're not their best.
But we need each other and we can't do this alone.
Yeah.
And so when we're in this place where we're again, if we can, like if I can, I will text you. I'll be driving too, and I sometimes again human. I will get so busy and I'll think about it and I'm like, oh, I need to text. I need to text Lauren, and then my day gets out of hand and it's done. And then it's like 10 o'clock and I'm like, Lauren's asleep. I'll text her tomorrow. And then the same thing happens because my day is out of hand. And then it's 10 o'clock and I'm like, Lauren's sleeping. you know? And then the next morning, that's when I start getting checked because I'm like a two and done kind of girl,
Yeah.
you know, where I'm like, whoa, actually, I could have stopped and just said hi. But 2 days now have gone by and I missed that opportunity.
Yeah.
Let's try again.
Yeah.
Hey, Lauren, how are you? I was thinking about you the last few days.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't even have, hey, I was thinking
Yeah.
about you. How are you?
And
Like,
I
we
think
don't have
that's
to be
the point.
weird.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Is like because I tend to be that way too with a lot of things. Um, if I can't do something the way I want to do it, then I don't do it at all until I can do it the way I want to do it. But the problem is, I never do it. So it just kind of keeps spiraling. But I have a friend that's out of state and she has some young kiddos and normally can't talk on the phone when I call, unless we like set aside a time that's good for both of us. That's just her life right now. That's great. Um, I often think about her when I'm driving in the car, and we normally text. We normally don't do voice memos, and so for a while I was feeling so bad because I was like, man, I only think about her when I'm driving, and it's not safe for me to text while I'm driving. But then I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I can send her a voice memo and she can text me back. Like, why didn't I think of that before? So that's what I've
Yeah.
been doing lately is like, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm driving, so I can't text. Feel free to text back. You don't have to send a voice memo back. Just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. This is what's going on in my life. Please let
Yeah.
me know what's going on in your life. Try and get pray. And just figuring out a way to make it work. Also, we have Siri on our phones or whatever you have if you have an Android. Google something, whatever it's
Hey,
called.
Google.
Yeah, that. Um, we all get busy, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that we don't think about our friends, right? Because I've done that before. Like I said, with my good
Yeah.
friend, I thought about her often, but it was never a place where I could actually sit down and text. You can tell your phone to remind you. Hey, remind
Yeah.
me at 4 o'clock to text so and so. When you know where you're gonna be, that's not a
Yeah.
problem because you're thinking of them. It's not like you're like, "Oh, remind me to think about this person." No, you're thinking about them. You
Yeah.
just get busy and you get in a spot where you can't. So we really
Yeah.
have no excuse. We don't. I feel like we could all be better at it, um, especially with modern technologies. We really have no excuse.
Yeah. There really isn't an excuse. Yeah. Not at all. It's just stop.
Yeah,
Just stop. Be still. I think when this is not the center of our life, and I'm going to just be so straight, when this is not the center of our life, because the Bible literally says, be still and know
yeah,
that He is God. And we're just rushing, we're reading the verse of the day on the Bible app, or we have little verse reminders, and we have all these things,
yeah,
but it's more than that, because I know the more time I spend with somebody, the deeper the connection and the deeper the relationship goes.
yeah,
And I then cherish that thing or that relationship and value it a lot more than I would. Oh, hey, wow, it's so good to see you. How are you? Oh, good. Oh, me too. Wow, okay, I'll see you later. As opposed to, hey, oh my gosh, I had the worst morning of my life. Can I tell you about it? And
yeah,
it being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Can I pray for you?
yeah,
I would rather have something more meaningful than not meaningful. But if we're not putting the time and the effort into what's meaningful
yeah,
and we're just doing a high buy, why would your life not look like the thing you're investing in?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, why are we so surprised? Like, oh my gosh, I don't have friends. I'm doing all the right things, but nothing is working out for me. Is your life centered here? And then once your life is centered here, where it talks about having community, meeting together over
yeah,
Jesus is the bread of life. Jesus is the word of God. This is actually more valuable and sustaining than bread itself.
yeah,
Why are we not coming together here? I think that's the part where you're just like, oh, but I'm reading my Bible. That's
yeah,
awesome. I'm so glad you're reading your Bible.
yeah,
Should we do it together? What are you reading? What are you getting out of it? Let's talk about it. Let's come together
yeah,
and praise the Lord because He's good And yeah, all these bad things are happening, but he says in his word, he's very near to the brokenhearted. He's your very present help in time of need. And like coming in what's true, and then we're sharpening each other, and it's like a whole thing, but we get lost in this like place of lack. And I think that's where community has gone sour because it's like this expectation or this demanding of something when really we should have humbled ourselves and really just went to Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and not going into it so focused on ourselves, like,
Yeah.
oh, I need this and they're not giving me this. Why don't you give a little first? And I
Yeah.
think those have been the most heartbreaking times for me is when I have given so much and I've tried so hard, nothing in return, you know?
Yeah.
And those are the times where it's like, okay, this is not my circle. Move on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
is okay because
yeah,
then God does bless you with something so much more
yeah.
than
When I
you
feel like
had expected to, right?
yeah. When I feel like when you experience the lack, it makes what you get so much more special.
Yeah.
Because it's just like if you've been in a really bad relationship and then you get in a really amazing, fulfilling relationship, you cherish it so much more because
Yeah.
you know what it could be like and what it has been like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. So it's not hopeless. There's a community
I was like, what are you gonna say? What is it? What is it?
there's a community out there for you, but it starts right here. No, I'm just kidding. And
It's true.
infomercial starts with you.
Right? For 19.95, you can have
Call
right.
today. No.
It's always the same price.
It is
But
1995
they
plus
just add more
tax.
items. Like if it's like one pin, they add like 20, so it's still 19.95. You know what I mean? It's always the same price. Anyway,
It is.
back
Well,
to
and
me.
but I think that also actually is a big statement because like God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And it is the same. All
Yep.
different things,
See, that was on purpose.
same price.
It was going together.
That's perfect. I think this is like a really good place to wrap up. Like God is for you, he's not
Yeah.
against you. And even though it feels like people are against you and people have had things like church hurt, which
Yeah.
is a whole thing. And I'm not saying that's not real. I'm not saying that. I
Yeah.
am saying that God is still good and
Yeah.
that there is still more and that even though it hurt really bad, that there's still good community out there.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it
and
may not be this season, but it is a season.
I think also we can be change, you know? Like if you
Yeah.
feel called to the place you're at, to the people you're with, you can talk to several other people. These are my
Yeah.
thoughts. These are my ideas. What can we do to make this
Hmm.
better? And a lot of times people will be like, okay, go run with it. You know, yeah, you have my blessing,
Yeah.
Um, if you're not hearing from your friend as much as you want to, have a
Text them.
conversation, be like, hey, can we carve out a time every week where we can FaceTime. FaceTime is so much better, than just phone calls. It can
Yeah.
be for 10 minutes. Like I know that if because we don't FaceTime a whole lot, uh, but it feels so much different to me after I get off the phone with you when I've seen your face. Like my attitude's completely different. It's just almost unexplainable, because it's that
Yeah.
constant that we need. And actually, it's been proven scientifically that eye to eye conversations actually does things in your brain that other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
That would be my challenge, for us and for anyone listening is,
Everyone.
if you're not experiencing good community, get with God, pray about it, ask the Holy Spirit, what can I do to help change this? Who can I talk to? Um,
Yeah.
and if some people aren't on board with it, just keep going to the next people,
Mhm.
figure out a way to change the community of your life. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, like, I think you said this before where it's like, you can't change other people, but you can change you.
yeah,
You can you can allow God to come in and change your heart and change your mind and change everything, right? And it starts there. And it starts with being like bold and being like, "Hi, my name's Kayla. What is your name?" And then going back and being like, "Okay, well, that person rejected me, but I'm not rejected. I'm not rejected. Let's try again. Hi,
yeah,
my name is Kayla." And I will keep doing that. And then on the flip side, everyone being like, haha, you have so many friends.
yeah.
Yes, because
Like,
I'm persistent. And that's what I was really praying for. I was praying for the right people to be in my life this season. And
yeah,
the right people are in my life this season. And it's good.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, community is intentional, it's consistent, and it's supportive. And without one of those things, I feel like it falls apart, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah,
write those down, pray about them. How can I be a good community in my community? And
yeah.
how can I help build where we're at and inform something that is non existing right now? So yep.
I like it. I like it. Well, this was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Great topic. Love community.
Let's do it again
Let's do it.
soon.
Awesome.
All
Well,
right.
thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Um, Hope you learned something. Hope you related to something, and hope you're challenged to do something. So
Yeah,
grateful to
and
make a
if
difference.
you're somebody that also is, like, in need of, like, prayer or help or like, you need some kind of connection, we are also here. You can message us, send us a DM on, like, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever platform. We're on all the platforms. Reach
Yes.
out to us. We wanna hear from you. We
Yeah.
care about people so much, truly, and,
Yeah.
we'll get to you right away. We get to you in a couple hours. Whatever it is, we will get back to you and we do care. So I hope you know that. Start somewhere. And if you need to start here, start here.
Yes.
Yep. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.